All right, let's solve some tactics. Okay, so black is threatening mate in 1 on h2. I can take on d6 a check. Um, let's see, if I don't play a check, then stopping the mate will require g3, which is tempo on the queen. Let me look around and see if there's anything else interesting going on. I see basically knight d6, knight e5, and g3 seem like my only candidate moves here. Queen h5 is silly. Queen e6 is silly. Let's see. Queen e5 would stop mate. It doesn't lead to anything. Let's see. Okay, so let's start with knight d6. Knight d6, queen d6. I don't have any other checks or captures. I could play queen e5. They just trade queens. I don't see any way to create a threat there. The rooks are a little bit loose. Maybe the one on a7 could be forked somehow, but there's nothing to fork it with. The rook on h8 really can't be attacked. So knight d6, queen d6, and I really don't see anything. Okay, knight e5. Knight e5 has the idea of heading to g6 too. So knight e5, if the king moves somewhere that's not f6, we play knight g6. No, that hangs mate on h2. Okay, so I'm not really threatening anything. Knight e5, as long as they don't play king e7 and hang the queen, even if they play king e8, which I'm sure they have a better move than king e8, I don't see a win there. G3 could be a little bit closer to trapping the queen somehow with the knight on e5. Okay, so knight e5, let's assume bishop takes e5. So knight e5, bishop e5. G3 now? Doesn't seem that threatening. The queen just runs away to h6 maybe, and I don't have anything better than recapturing. Okay, so I think I'm looking at g3. Although now that I think about it, g3, queen takes d4. Okay, g3, queen takes d4. I have rook d1, skewering the queen and the bishop. Okay, so g3, queen, g5. Okay, it's trying to chase the queen away from the bishop. Okay. Hey, well, if that's the case, then isn't that the whole tactic right there? I have g3, h takes. Now, if f takes, then queen d4 is check, which seems to ruin my plans. Okay, so g3, h takes, and queen h6 looks pretty scary. I don't know if I can survive that. I can grab on d6. He plays not king e7. That's important because then knight f5, exploiting the pin on the e-pawn. Okay, so g3, h takes, queen h6, knight d6, and then king f6. And can I just run away with king g2? King g2, let's see, queen h3, king f3, queen g4, king e3. Yeah, there it feels like I'm escaping. Oh boy. Well, I definitely think this has to be the right path. Just because the bishop on d6 is so loose. Although now I'm thinking of a different idea. I thought for a second queen e3 there, but I'm forgetting queen e3 hangs mate on h2. Okay, well, knight d6 doesn't lead anywhere. Knight e5 doesn't lead anywhere. I have to stop mate on h2. So g3 is definitely the move. I'm not going to play it until I can see the whole thing, though. So g3, h takes, queen h6, knight d6. Is that enough? Is there anything they could do after g3, h takes that's not queen h6? Queen d4 still doesn't work. After queen e4, I would trade queens and then take... No, queen e4 I take on d6, hits the queen. So queen h6, yeah. I think it's got to be queen h6 is the only try there. knight d6, and then they don't have king e7, so king g8, king wherever, and then I could even play f3 there, right? No, I could not play f3 because that would allow queen h2, king f2, queen takes d6. So I would have to play g3. No, wait, what am I saying? Pawn's already on g3. And f3 would hang queen h2 mate. Okay, so that was nonsense. After queen h6, I definitely have to play king g2. That looks very sketchy. Is there any refutation to it? Queen h2, king f3, queen h5, king e3, f4 check, and just king d3. I think I'm okay there. Okay, so let me think. Well, double check that I'm not missing anything here. g3, h takes, queen h6. Yeah, just grab the bishop and run. Okay, I think that's it. And h takes, queen h6, grab the bishop, king f8. And now here I thought it's got to be king g2. Let me just make sure there's nothing else that even stops the mate, right? This is totally forced. Queen f3 doesn't cover h2. F3, oh, f3 does cover h2 in a weird way. Okay, so f3 is totally a candidate move then, right? No. f3, queen h1, king f2, rook h2, king e3, rook takes queen with check, and then I am losing my queen. I have a rook and a knight for it, so that's certainly not enough. Okay, so king g2, let me just make sure this doesn't lose. King g2, queen h3, king f3, queen g4, king e3. And there's no way to fork and get that knight, because my pawn covers f4 and everything. Queen g5, king d3, and I think I'm escaping there. So yeah, king g2 here. Okay, have to go to f3. Wow, this tactic just keeps going. Okay, well, this is definitely as far as I calculated before moving the first piece. Um, Okay, but that makes a lot of sense now, because if I move the knight, then there's queen g4 followed by taking on d4 with the queen. If nothing else, there's a perpetual, but there could be even more for black. Okay, so knight c4 is right out. That will not work. Queen takes e6 is the next candidate move. That seems obvious. Queen e6, queen g4, king e3, avoiding repetition, and now f4 check wins my queen. Ooh. So let me just double check. Queen e6 is absolutely losing my queen. Queen e6, queen g4. Okay, I could still repeat with king g2, but king e3 is the only move to play for a win, and then f4 check. Yeah, just a discovered attack on my queen. Okay, so no queen e6, no knight c4. Yeah. I could try queen a6, trying to give a check on c8, but that doesn't mean anything because the rook on h8 is covered by the queen, so I can't win it in a skewer. So let me see. Queen a6, rook takes d6, queen c8 check, king e7, and there's nothing. Well, if I'm losing the rook, then I don't have much. Or if I'm losing the knight, I don't have much. Is there any way to make rook h1 work? Rook h1, queen g4, king e3, take on e2, king takes e2, rook takes h1, rook takes h1 is forced, and rook takes d6. Okay, so I want rook h1. What if I play king e3 now? Threatening rook h1, winning the rook on h8. Let's see. King e3, rook takes d6, rook h1. Well, first of all, there's just queen h1, rook h1, rook h1, which, unless I have a fork of the two rooks, is not going to be enough for a win. Let's see. Can I get my rook active somehow? Rook c1. I don't know. Rook c1 doesn't seem to do much here. Rook h1 now. Queen g4. King g2. That would be crazy. Queen takes e2. Rook takes h8. King e7. Knight c8 check. King f7. Okay, it's a strange line, but it definitely ends there, right? I don't think there's anything else. It's an interesting idea. Rook h1, queen g4, king g2. If that were the winning move, that would be pretty sick. But I don't think it is. Okay, let's see. What about just queen e5 instead of queen e6? Queen e5 protects the knight, and it doesn't allow this f4 with check trick. So queen e5, queen g4, king e3, and I think that's it. I think that should do it. Queen e5, right? There's no tricks. I'd be ashamed because I thought for so long. Let me double check this so I don't throw it away. Queen e5, queen h5, king e3. Don't care about f4 check anymore. Yeah, queen e5 is the ticket. Okay, queen e5, nice. +5. 1962. Okay, I've never attempted this one before, which is good. Usually when I have attempted them before, I got it right much faster previously. Okay, so let me just check what are the mistakes here. I bet queen e6 is a big one. I guess most people found the initial sequence and stumbled on queen e6. There we go, queen e6, 532 mistakes. It's very tempting, but to be fair, it's also a very straightforward calculation. I feel like on this problem, I did fine refuting all of the moves that I knew were wrong. It just took me too long to find the correct candidate moves. Like, I spent a long time looking at nonsense before even really thinking, hey, g3 distracts the queen from the bishop. I think I even said that the rooks were loose, and I didn't consider that the bishop is loose. That's pretty funny. Okay, but anyways, yeah, queen e6, very direct. Where was this? It was the last move of the tactic, right? Queen takes e6, it says as a draw? Oh, right, because we still repeat. Yeah. But if king e3 here, then f4. Okay, and then last thing I like to check is did the grandmaster find it? I would assume definitely. I'd be shocked if he didn't find it here. Okay, see the result was 1-0. Queen f4, hg3, hg3, queen h6, knight d6, king f8. Wow! Okay. Sergei Yudin did not play queen e5 here. He played king g2. He played king g2. Oh, wait, no. That's what I played too. What am I saying? Of course, there's a queen e5 here. That hangs meat. Okay, I'm just forgetting the tactic I just solved. Okay, queen g2, king h8, king f3, rook d7, and now he played queen e5. Okay, yeah. I don't know what I was thinking in the last one. Okay, so let's move on to the next tactic. Okay, I see a lot of checks and captures. So I'm going to be bold and say that one of those is probably the correct move. Let's think about trading queens first. Queen takes b5. Knight takes b5. Bishop c5 check. King f1 seems prudent because I'm trying to make some looseness happen with the knight on e2. Okay, so if that's the case, I don't really see anything. What about somehow if I can take on d1 and it threatens mate, and they have to recapture with the knight, then I can take the queen hanging on b5. So let's try bishop c5 now. I like that here king f1 somehow walks into a pin. Okay, so bishop c5 check. Let's say king h1. Try to be nice and make my tactic work. If king h1, then I could play rook takes d1 for sure. They can't take my queen because of rook e1. They recapture with the rook. I trade queens and take on e2. They recapture with the knight on d1. I just take the hanging queen. Okay, so king h1 is easy. The real question is bishop c5 check, king f1. King f1. I'm really tempted by rook e2 there because it sets up almost, and not quite a windmill because it's only one discovered check. But bishop c5 check, king f1, rook e2. And if they take my queen, no, if they take my queen, then rook f2 check, king g1, and just take on c4. My queen's not hanging, it's protected by the knight on b6. Okay, so bishop c5 check, king f1, rook e2. If rook e2, then I play rook d1, knight has to take it, queen on b5 hangs. If knight e2, then it hangs directly. So I think that's the whole tactic, right? After bishop c5 check, could they block on d4? No. Bishop c5 check, king f1, rook e2. Oh, that hangs my rook. That hangs my rook on d8 with check. Okay, bishop c5 check, king f1, rook e2, rook takes d8. Now I have rook e8, check. Oh my goodness. Is this complicated or am I just being silly? Rook e8 check from the queen. Queen takes on b5. Now if I recapture, or queen takes on c4, if I recapture, my rook on e8 hangs. Okay, so that is no good. That is no good. Okay, let's try rook e2 immediately. Rook e2 now does not hang the rook on d8, so that's nice. Okay, rook e2, of course not knight e2. Rook e2, then queen c4, knight c4, knight e2, still bishop c5. It's just not that exciting, huh? I know it's the idea is definitely in one of those checks or captures. You just have to find the right permutation. Let's see. Or what if it's not? What if it's queen h4? What if I'm just totally barking up the wrong tree? So queen h4, if the knight moves, then I'm threatening like bishop c5 with a double attack? No, not if the knight goes to g3. Queen h4. It threatens mate on h2. To stop it, they could even play g3 there, right? Queen h4, g3. Okay, sure, I'll give up on that one. Okay, let's go back to rook e2. Why does that one not work again? Rook e2. And if queen c4, I have rook e1. Rook e1, knight c4, netting me a piece. Okay, so I think we're back in business. So rook e1, or sorry, rook e2, queen c4 does not work, loses a piece, and we are equal on material now, so that's enough to win. So rook e2, knight e2 hangs the queen, and then, so okay, so rook e2 is the only variation I have to worry about. But rook e2, queen b5, knight b5, bishop c5 just wins the rook. Okay, I think this is, I think it's just rook e2. Rook e2, let's look for any kind of crazy Zwischenzug here. Nothing on my end is hanging. Rook e2, rook d6? Nonsense. Rook e1. Rook e2, queen c4. Rook e1, queen f1. Rook f1, rook f1. Wait. That doesn't work, does it? Rook e2, queen c4, rook e1, queen f1, rook f1, rook f1. I'm left with the knight and bishop and rook, and you have a knight and rooks. Okay, so that won too. Okay, so rook e2, no checks and captures for him. So I don't see a way out. I think rook e2 wins a piece for me. Okay, he takes, and my plan is just to capture here, and then recapture the queen. 1900. That's a little surprising. I mean, I guess I took a decent amount of time on that. Longer than average, sure. But I'm still surprised that this one is 1900. What's the main mistake here? I'm guessing the main mistake, people just got too tempted by bishop c5, assuming it has to lead to something. Okay, yep, 357 mistakes on bishop c5. It just doesn't lead anywhere. You just have to calculate it. I guess this is the main mistake. After bishop c5, we assume king h1, because that's the default move to get out of check that we usually play, right? And then, no, even then rook d1? Yeah, then rook d1 would work. But yeah, king f1, it just doesn't work. Rook e2 is so tempting, but then this check. And then I thought for a second it was going to be like this, but the queen just captures you here. So this is a disaster. Okay, let's see. Somebody gives a line here. Sure. Wait, did I see this? Rook e2, rook e2. Was that what I was going to play after rook e2? I was going to play the different move order. Take on b5. Knight takes. Bishop c5 check. And then this doesn't give him any extra options except rook d4, which is, I mean, pretty trivial, so I think that should also win. Okay, and I would be shocked if the master did not find this in the game. He's 2500. Queen b5. Oh my goodness. The master did not find it. After queen b5, instead of rook takes e2, he played bishop c5 check. Wow, he missed it. And this is a long time control game. Riga Open. It doesn't say Blitz or Rapid, so interesting. 2591 missed this. He got tempted by bishop c5. The same mistake that people made here with an average rating of 1800. Okay. I mean, it goes to show you that it is so much easier to find these moves when you know there's a tactic. If there was an alarm bell at the board that went off and told this grandmaster, hey, there's a tactic in this position, then he definitely would have found it. Okay, and then the funny thing is he also won the game anyways with a different exchange sack. Whoa. Rook e4, fe4, queen e4. Okay. I mean, it doesn't look like the result was very much in doubt here, but yeah. Engine even gives plus 1.5 to bishop c5. All right, but I'm still counting that as a win for me. All right, let's continue. All right, so unfortunately, there are no checks and captures that look reasonable for me. I can't really try rook e6 because queen f2. Queen e6 doesn't seem like much fun. Rook maybe is almost strapped in some strange way. Let's see, if I play g4, you don't have a ton of squares, but you do have probably enough. You have like e5. I feel like this is going to be a problem about getting my pieces on the back rank and playing queen h8 checkmate. So queen c8 seems like a good candidate move. And because I'm not sure exactly what black will do, I'm going to take the rare step of pretending I can move twice in a row. If I could play queen c8 and queen b8, they play queen f2. Can I escape these checks? I don't think so. I think this is just going to be checkmate, in fact. My queen has no coverage of the king side from queen c8. So queen f2, if king h1, rook h5 is mate. If king h3, rook h5, king g4, queen f5 is mate. Okay, so even if I could play rook b8 and queen c8, I would not want to. I could try something more subtle like queen d4, but queen d4 also walks my rook into a pin. Queen d4. You know what? Is this position close to Zugzwang? No, because he has Queen a8 check if he needs a h5. Okay, so no Zugzwang probably. What if I play f4 here? If I play f4, then am I threatening g4? Okay, so imagine I can play both f4 and g4. He would have to play rook f6. Then if I play something just like queen d4, attacking the rook, king g7 would lose to g5, exploiting the pin, h takes, f takes. Queen e7 would fail to maybe rook b8, and you're looking like extremely, extremely close to Zugzwang here. Maybe queen c3 would be even better in that position than queen d4, because then I'm threatening queen c8 after the rook b8 move. Okay, so let's think. If I play f4, and you don't do nothing, although what do you want to do? Okay, f4 he can play h5 if nothing else, right? f4, h5. So I think trapping the rook, I'm going to give up on that for now. I'll still look at the more forcing line g4 though. So g4, he could play rook d5, and that's about it. Okay, he doesn't need anything else. That should be good enough. Okay, so if this were a real game, I would definitely be mainly concerned with promoting my two pawns, right? So I can't play a6. I could play b5. No, I couldn't play b5. It hangs the pawn on a5. Queen c6 would be another move I would think of in a game for sure, because it stalemates the queen. Takes away queen a8 check, could be an annoying resource. Let's see, queen c6. Do I actually have a threat here? I do not have a threat because f2 is hanging. So what? Queen c6. Even if I can move twice in a row, I can't play my move rook b7 that I want to play because queen f2. Queen f2, king h3, rook h5, king g4, queen f5 is still mate. That much hasn't changed. Queen c. I really want queen c6 to work somehow. I mean, I could play queen c6. Try and find some way to make taking on f2 not scary. I like queen c6 and then try to play king h3. I mean, I don't feel like black has a lot of useful moves here after queen c6. Queen c6, king g7. Let's say king h3. We're probably going way too many moves ahead here. If he goes king h7, then sure, rook b7 would win the queen. If queen a8, rook f7 check. Okay, so queen c6. Useful move for black. Easier said than done. E5 doesn't seem that useful. Rook d5 maybe. No, if you move the rook off the file, I play rook b7 immediately. So whatever waiting move you play cannot move the rook off the file. Otherwise, I just have rook b7 winning the queen. So yeah, waiting moves are totally not trivial here. Queen c6. Oh, I missed a flight square. There's still queen e7 there. And it's annoying. It hits the b4 pawn. No, the rook defends that. Queen c6, queen e7. Queen c6, queen e7. Yeah, that is probably not that scary. I just play a6 and rook b7. If he attacks f2, I play queen b6, defending it. I can always run back with queen e3. You know what? Maybe it's just queen c6, and I just play something like f3. to shut down the rook's attack. And then how are you dealing with rook b7 and a6 and stuff like that? Queen c6 just seems to stalemate you almost. Although I will say queen c8 does the same thing and might have a bigger threat, which is queen e7. Now I can play rook b8, right? Okay, so queen c8. Is there a direct threat from me? Queen c8, f3 on the next turn, then rook b8. I mean, how silly is that? It doesn't seem that silly. Queen c8, king g7, f4, really trying to checkmate, right? I don't know, king f6, that's walking into queen h8, which seems hazardous. Yeah, queen c8, queen c8, rook d5, rook b7. Gosh, I mean, I wouldn't call either of these moves a tactical solution, though. I mean, queen c8 and queen c6 both look like they give white a winning advantage, but I wouldn't say that either one's a tactic. So let me reconsider any forcing options I have here, knowing that it is asking for a tactic here. I mean, look, now I'm even considering queen a6, just going for the rook in game, which I'm not as sure about. I think in a game I would play queen c8. It just looks like really immobilizing the queen. I can just take my time with f3 and then rook b7. All right, well, let's see if they do have any way out of this. Because if they have no way out of this, then it doesn't matter if you call it a tactic or not. It's a winning move, right? So queen c8, king g7, f3, king f6, and b7, queen e3. Sorry, rook b7, queen e3. Something's gone wrong there. Okay. Queen c8, king g7, f4. F4, king f6. I don't know, queen c3 check, king e7. This doesn't look that convincing. I haven't really made progress untangling by moving the f-pawn at least. Queen c8, king g7. Queen c8, king g7. I don't know, man. Even queen b7 there really feels totally winning. Queen c8, king g7, queen b7, queen b7, rook b7. I mean, you can't even ever play rook a5 to catch my pawn because the b4 pawn covers it, right? So, I don't know. Rook d5, a6, rook d8, a7, rook a8, king, or rook c7, king, no, rook b7, king f8, b5, b6, rook b8. I mean, I don't know, but I'm going to play queen c8 because queen b7 is a completely winning endgame unless I really can't calculate anything. And it seems, I'll say it has a minor advantage over queen c6, which is that queen c6 might allow black to slip out with queen e7 and look for something. Whereas after queen c8, queen e7, I could play rook b8 and checkmate. Okay, so I'm going to play queen c8. Okay, queen c8 is what we're looking for. king g7, and the move I calculated here was queen b7. And I have to stand by that. This is completely winning. Oh my goodness. This is just too much. He gives up the rook instead of going into this endgame. Alright, well, 2100. Rated 5 stars. This is the tactic of there is no tactic. You know, it's the tactic of just play the obvious move and go to a winning endgame. I can tell you, in a game, I would have played this sequence, and in a game, I would have spent hopefully no more than 2 minutes on this, you know? I mean, but I spent 12 minutes looking for something that is forcing. Well, to be fair, this is forcing too. It's just not what you normally think of as a tactic, you know, going straight to a winning endgame. But okay, there's no reason to get this one wrong though. It might take you a long time to eliminate the other options, but I mean, Queen C8 was just a lot more convincing than G4, F4 or something. Let me see. Yeah, Queen C6, Queen E7, and the engine still gives a good advantage to white. All right, let's see what Dmitry and Draken played here. And this is funny. I see Dmitry and Draken is I don't know if he's currently above 2700, but he's, you know, at least was a super grandmaster. I see he's only rated 2398 here, so it's probably a young Dmitry and Draken. Let's see. So rook f5, queen c8, and black just resigned. Oh yeah, under 12 world championship, nice. Okay, and I just wanted to check his opponent here. See if his opponent also ended up as a grandmaster. What do we see? Maximum FIDE rating 2395. Okay, no. So his opponent didn't get much higher than his rating right there, and Draken's peak rating at 2743. Okay, well, I guess I took a really long time on those tactics, so I'm going to end here. I'm going to chalk it up to commentating, because it does slow down your thought process a little bit. But those are 3 interesting tactics. Yeah, had fun, so I'll probably upload some more of these videos. Okay, thanks for watching.